Those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities.
Just like that, we're back, man, on another exciting episode of Peace of Mind podcast.
Yeah.
We're recording live from the new studios.
Yeah, we're recording live from the new studios. This is a corner, you know. Yeah. We move from one level to another.
Yeah.
So it means we're on the red bed. You say, faculty paintings on the wall. James Bonelela, Peace of Mind podcast. Ilika studio shanyuwa.
Isilo Soko. And starting off, bro, there has been some massive things that are happening.
Bombastic things.
Politically,
worldwide, internationally.
The president, the sitting statesman.
Oh, we're gonna start with the guy now.
Yeah, we have to start with him. And he's the first citizen of the country.
Yeah.
And what he said lately about the DA kind of paints him bad, man, because we didn't for one, I didn't expect him to come out and say it. The president of a leading political party in SA praising the opposition party, saying their municipalities are well run, better than the ANC municipalities. How do you begin to explain that?
Okay,
how do you even come out of that and say, I made a mistake? Because that's not a mistake. He intentionally said it.
Nah, I think this just proves, I've been hearing people saying that the reason EFF came out of ANC, Mkhonto Wesizwe came out of ANC, is because now there is a split in the ANC between the people that are captured by the white capitalists in the ANC. So when him saying this now, I get it. We can't say maybe it's an opposition party right now. Now I get it. They're joint.
They're both in
the union.
Right.
So but now what I'm thinking is saying is he's coming out in this statement. He's coming out to bring out the white captured side, because everybody who was in who was fighting for apartheid, who was in the ANC, ANC.
Was he ever any of those people who fought for apartheid?
He didn't even
exactly apartheid, because he was at Comfort.
Yes.
He was working for the Oppenheimers. And they have paid him back.
Yeah.
For his use, the time that he dedicated to them.
Yeah.
So we can't really compare him to the likes of Jacob Zuma, who were in exile.
Yeah, no, so I don't complain on Jacob Zuma. I'm talking about him personally. Sure. He was a white captor. He was captured by the whites from a young age. They sent him to school. And then they taught him how to run businesses. They gave him shares. Like, where did Ramaphosa just all of a sudden become rich? Gave him businesses to run. Gave him all these things, right? Sure. And then they showed him that us white people have the better life. Sure. This is how we manage things. This is how we move things. And then now, look at your people, how they move things. So the narrative I think is sending right now is because you can see definitely that ANC is going downhill. I think he wants to bring back the land. He wants to bring back total control
to the white man.
I think that's what's going on with his statement.
Because that's exactly what I said. I told someone, I said, in the coming election, Ramaphosa is not coming back.
Yeah.
He can't do a third term.
Yeah.
And if you see where he was before he came back into the ANC, he was a businessman. Working for who? Working for the white man.
Yeah.
And now he's been president of ANC, and if you check at the country where it is, some people say we have regressed from where Jacob Zuma left. And the stats are there. They do show that
numbers
there has not been any improvement.
There's no progress.
Unemployment has gone up, and a whole lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
But then now he's about to descend. The ANC position is about to descend from parliament as the president.
Yeah.
This is his last term.
Yeah.
And what a better way to do it than handing power back to the DA.
Yeah.
Because it's just handing power back to
that's what it is.
Same people who were there before 1994. That's what he did with that statement. And I looked at it, I was like, what if someone beside Ramaphosa said that statement? What were the other guys, your Fikile Mbalules? What are they going to say?
So, you know what that just, something just came to my mind when you said that.
Sure.
What if Ramaphosa was never an ANC member? He was a Trojan horse. Ramaphosa
Can be.
was a Trojan horse because right now, ANC from its inception, they were trying to fight for freedom. They were trying to fight for the rights of the black person. They were trying to make sure the black person is better off.
Sure.
Now, if I am part of an organization
Sure.
that was supposed to make our people better off and our people are not better off, I wouldn't say the white people are doing a better job than us. We should take it back to the white people so maybe we'll also be better. So that's what he's practically saying. So now he's dissing the because the reason right now black places or black townships are less mismanaged is because of the ANC.
That's
so
the
now
thing.
if he's saying DA managed lands, he was part of the ANC, all these lands. He's been president for almost 6 years now, and it hasn't improved. Whose fault is that? We cannot take it to the GNU. We take it to him.
And let's just listen to his statement, what he said, because I have it here in like a 1 minute thing.
Yeah.
Let me see if it will play.
Those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. And I can name it here because there's nothing wrong with competition. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing? And there's nothing wrong with us saying we want to go and see what Cape Town is doing. We want to go and see what Stellenbosch is doing. How do they craft everything? We need to be moving up the ladder of being good at what we do. We cannot forever stay at the bottom. It hurts me deeply when I continue to see that our municipalities sometimes tend to move even backwards.
Personally, I think that's the biggest bullshit from the president. The president ain't hurt for shit. What? You're a billionaire, rubbing shoulders with Oppenheimers and everybody. Like, what does he mean when he says he's hurt? Since he became president,
Sure.
unemployment just been increasing. What's hurting him that it hurts him so bad he can't make an
And
effort?
who
He
do we
want-
blame for that? Who do we blame for that?
I personally blame him. He's the leader. Like when he tells me that I need to go to Cape Town to see what the white people
the
are
DA
doing.
is
But
doing in Cape
dude,
Town.
Diding, he's just playing games with us. It's not like Cape Town was made yesterday and became successful yesterday. It has been successful for the longest time. Now it means the blueprint to making a land or a township or a place successful. It is already there. I don't have to already go there. Give me the blueprint. Okay. What type of structures? Okay, when money is sent to these places, how is it spread around? Okay, what laws are there made so that money is not laundered?
And for someone who I'm not a fan of both. I'm not a fan of ANC. I'm not a fan of the DA. I think it was careless for Ramaphosa to say what he said.
Yeah.
And he's giving the DA some wings to fly on, which it's not like they've been doing a good job as well in Western Cape. Because if you look at black townships,
Black townships.
your Khayelitsha,
Yeah.
Cape Flats,
Mm-hmm.
they're still killing each other. Like, I don't even know what to
Like-
compare the killing to in Cape. It's still continuing. Who's leading there?
Like
the DA.
the DA is Western Cape, right?
Yes, it's Western Cape. And then you go to Khayelitsha. That's where your Xhosa speaking people are mostly. And they have to take taxis from Khayelitsha to Cape Town. I mean to Cape Town because they can't afford to stay in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And what creates that? Because it seems like there are different grades in Cape Town. There's
Yeah.
a grade for the white people, and there's a grade for the white people who come from outside the country to come and stay in Cape Town, your CBD, those
Yeah.
nice places in Cape Town. You won't find a lot of black people there.
Yeah.
And even those ones who are working there, the middle class black people have to take taxis. They have to drive from as far as outside as Khayelitsha.
Yeah.
Khayelitsha is still struggling. But then Ramaphosa comes here and tells us the DA is working. Where and how are they working? What have they done for black people? Because the only thing that the DA does is to benefit the white people, and which is not so difficult to do.
Like, when you say that, it just brings me to think that apartheid or separatism
Was
is not
good.
No.
Yeah, what you-
That's what he's
yeah,
saying.
that's what he's saying,
But what I'm
yes.
saying is, I'm saying separation or that apartheid never really ended. Because right now, they just make it harder for you to. It's like education, bro. You how much a yearly amount to learn at vets, and you're gonna pay around, if only tuition fees around 30 something. If everything at large, you might pay around 100K a year to study at a university, at a vets university. You're gonna need 100K a year. So now that makes it. If you're a black person like me, previously disadvantaged, you can't afford that.
And
So even when we come to Nelspruit, this is how they're separating us. They build cities there. All the money for Western Cape, invested in the big cities. Make sure you don't build roads in the villages. You don't build infrastructures like taxi infrastructures. Don't build hospitals. You just let them be there. If they're gonna come closer, they're just gonna be closer to the hospital, but never to the city. It's more expensive in the city. In the city, you're gonna find private hospitals, private schools, everything. You go to a restaurant, you find a meal for like $300, a small meal. So that's how they're separating us, I think.
It kind of comes back to the Sandton Alexander situation. In Sandton, people live lavish. In Alexander, people are barely struggling to put food on the table. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And even in Cape Town, like you say, the wage disparity between black and white, it's big. And why is that
gap.
still a thing?
Yeah.
Because if you go to a company that is white owned, you're a black man maybe with your qualification, you might end up earning less than a white man who has a matric.
Yeah,
And
well, you're
it
junior.
happens.
Yeah. So I think because the land still belongs to the white person, that's why it's still like that. That's why they just put puppets, black puppets in there, so that we could behave believing we got the power. But I don't believe we really have the power. It's like Patrice Motsepe. I don't believe if Patrice Motsepe was going to be president, he has the power. I believe he's also owned.
That's why he doesn't want to get into politics. And then just to close this one off, you are ANC National Executive Committee. Your president said something like that in the media. What is your reaction? Do you keep him? Do you still have faith in such a president who comes out and praise the opposition like that?
No. Okay. So in sports, right?
Sure.
In sports, whenever, even though you know that one is better player than you, or is a better fighter, or whatever is better than you, if you guys are gonna go for a match, you don't just give that man all that credit.
Sure.
You don't just say, "Oh, everything that's going well, it's them, not us." No, you can say they are doing good, but we're also doing good in our own right.
But do you keep him as the NEC of ANC?
I wouldn't keep him. But can I ask something?
Man. Yeah.
Does the MEC?
NEC, National Executive
does
Committee?
he have the power to say no? We're chasing you out. Can he do that?
They do have the power to chase you out.
As the president?
Yeah, as the National Executive Committee, they do have the power to recall the president. And just like what they did to Zuma. Remember, Zuma was pressured by who? The ANC themselves. They had to say, Zuma didn't want to resign. Remember when they forced him that day when he came and gave a very long speech, he was like, we will meet very soon. He was like, he said something.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's because he was getting pressure from the same NEC that was saying, bro, you're no longer fit. You kind of making us look bad out there, and you don't want to go to parliament and humiliate you in a vote of no confidence, because that's what the members that you put in parliament can do. They can recall you. They can do a vote of no confidence and vote with the opposition and remove you. So within the ANC, they can sit down and say, do we still have faith in someone like Ramaphosa who said something like that in public? No. What do we do? Let's chase him out.
Wow. And he's like the only president since, I don't think even Biggie didn't go, even this one, Nelson Mandela didn't go 2 terms. He's the first president to be almost finishing 2 terms.
Zuma didn't finish it. Mbeki didn't finish it.
You know, didn't Biggie even finish the first?
Yeah, he finished the first. The second one, it was when in Polokwane, when they were like, and they shot him out.
There within.
Then they shot him out. So next up, the guy in America.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Guys, okay, wait a minute. Okay. Like, I'm lost with this guy because I've been... Okay, so Charlie Kirk got shot.
Yeah.
He got assassinated live. He was in public.
He
was in Utah. Yes, holding a conference, like they were asking him questions, stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
He was doing those that he usually do. He goes to Amaya universities and debate the students. It could be on morality, ethics, politics,
Yeah.
this thing, yeah, sexuality, gender, identity, and all that thing. He will debate
Race,
with you,
everything, I
race,
remember, yeah.
race and everything. And he said a lot of
Yeah, because I remember one the first time I heard Charlie Kirk was there because I felt I saw the face. I'm not gonna lie, I was never interested in the guy. Very, I don't know. I'm not really that interested in American politics, but I've been seeing the face, and then when I get into it, he's more of a debater. And then after I got shot, and then I saw him debating with this black student about. He said, if I see a black pilot, I'll need to make sure he's qualified.
Sure.
That's all racist. Like, okay, when he was trying to explain that, and I understood, it was like the white people saying, talking about the BE funded babies, like like because we're less privileged, because we're less this.
It was just given to you. It was something that was just given
black.
to you.
Yeah,
it wasn't based on merit.
It wasn't based on merit. So. Yeah, I understood the debate, Mara. Maybe he said that not understanding why maybe those new laws were put there because they were and then he went on to debate about he said race when it comes to basketball players. Well, that made when he said that it made me feel like he feels like black people are only entertainers. It was like in the NBA, who are the best basketball players? It's blacks.
Sure.
So now if the NBA says we want to make sure that 50% of the NBA players are white. Will it be based on what will happen to the quality of the game of NBA of the basketball?
Sure.
He said the quality of NBA would drop because it's now based on color, not merit.
Okay. So Hansen, he was signed now to come and say black people shouldn't be given things based on their race.
Their race.
But here's the thing about black people and white people, and I know especially if you come back to countries like South Africa, there's been a disadvantage that was put by apartheid. And now a black person has to work twice as hard as how a white person has to do. You have to prove yourself. When we see white people, we already assume that they know how to do things. They know how to, just like now, the trust that people have in, maybe you remember back in school, if there's something that is broken and there comes a white technician, you're like,
it's getting fixed.
But if there comes a black technician, then
you're not sure,
like,
you're doubtful.
Even next week the computers are still not going to be working.
Sure.
So just by looking at someone else's skin color, you're thinking they are less deserving, or maybe they can't get the job done. Which, as well as him,
That's racist, though.
Yeah, and the thing is about Charlie Kirk is he commented more on race. He commented on religion.
And I also heard that he also commented on genders, transgender.
The guy who killed him apparently or allegedly is dating a transgender
female. If it's a
I
he,
don't even know if it's a he or
he's changing a transgender female.
Yeah, so the person
Yes.
was his roommate and partner. So apparently the guy somehow started hating Charlie Kirk for saying this thing of transgender people actually, he doesn't believe in such thing. He believes that there's a male and female and that's it.
Okay.
These other genders that are now fabricated and all that shouldn't even be tolerated. They shouldn't even be allowed. Like in America, they say if you're a transgender woman, you can compete with normal women.
Imagine.
They said that, and it was passed.
I
It
would
was allowed, it
fuck
was
women
passed.
up in boxing matches, bro. Fuck women up in boxing matches. Like, bro, personally, like this is no offense to any transgender matter. Personally, I don't like the idea of transgenderism. Like, I wouldn't want my boy to change himself into a girl. I wouldn't want my girl to change himself into a boy. You are born like that, man. Accept yourself. See how you see. I understand, bro. We are born with a purpose. Like, there's a reason why everybody is born the way they are. So now, so.
But let's look at the guy, maybe for example, like when he got killed, there was a
So
certain
that-
part of people that celebrated his death. And
Oh, yeah.
saying he deserved it, and more especially the part where he said something about guns. Where there's the first
The gun violence. It's
law.
allowed for anybody to have guns. So
Yes. So because there were some people who were debating and saying there should be less guns in the hands of people, because it is the reason why we end up having these mass shootings. It's easier to get a gun in America than to get maybe a...
Yeah, apparently you can get a gun at Walmart.
Yeah, you can simply go to the shop and buy a gun.
Yeah.
So what stops you from one day snapping and starting killing people on the street? And
No, but
what kind of
can I ask-
training? What kind of training do you have? But
No,
he was saying it's
but-
important that we as the citizens have access to this thing.
Yes, okay, wait, okay. So now I want to ask something here.
Sure.
I believe you don't just buy a gun, you got to get first training.
Because that's what happened.
Okay.
The guy had a differing view to Charlie Kirk when it comes to gender disparity and all that, gender identities and all that. And look at what he did. I don't think Charlie Kirk did anything to that guy physically, but somehow emotionally kind of like got him to catch feelings, because you are dating a transgender person and somebody's coming on and saying transgender people this and this and this and this and this. It gets to the mind, and when it corrupts the mind, what happens? Somebody uses the same gun they're supposed to protect themselves. What do? They protect their opinion, and they kill you for having an opinion as well.
So we have reached a point as human beings where I can't accept you to be right from your point of view
Sure.
and accept me to be wrong from my
Sure.
point. So like I have an opinion. This right here to you, it's a 9, right? It's a 9, but to
Yeah.
me it's a 6.
That's the thing.
So now me saying this is a 9, dog.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you're gonna make me believe it's a 6. You take your 6 as it is. I'll take my 9 as it is. You wanna kill me for seeing a 9
And then I
here?
take a gun and shoot you because you're out here
So-
arguing and saying that's a 6, whereas to me it's a 9. So that's what happened. But the
But-
issue with him is, I think he said a lot of things that are provocative, that are provoking other people, and I'm someone who says if you have to kill someone for their own opinion, you're weak, because we all have differing opinion, and there's nothing nice where everybody agrees with you. Like even yourself,
Yeah.
you end up being like, hey, Shane.
You know,
You're supposed to have somebody who challenges
but
your
also have
thoughts
also have a space to learn, because as human beings you don't just wake up and know everything, right?
Sure.
So my opinion today could be wrong, and
Sure.
and a few minutes later you could say, I didn't know. Oh, now you showed me something that made me change my opinion, right? But one thing for sure, bro, like I don't believe it was only because he was dating a transgender guy. I feel like this thing is bigger, bro. I think this is politically so. It's not merely a normal me and you who just went to Charlie Kirk. Because yesterday I watched the news and Netanyahu commented. He was like, oh Charlie Kirk, I'm so hurt. He did the same speech as Ramaphosa, and I felt like this nigga is speaking bullshit. And because Charlie Kirk was against Israel bombing Gaza.
But he did
say I am pro-Israel, but he doesn't understand. He understand that
that's the danger sometimes of always voicing your opinion on everything.
Yeah.
The thing is, sometimes people can kill you in silence, and he was an activist.
Yeah.
And he was starting now to challenge the mind of the young people. And when you go and challenge the mind of young people, what do? They turn to you for almost a lot of things. They look up to you. And what are you trying to do? You're trying to reprogram their mindset. Because if I come and debate you on certain thing, and you feel like my thoughts are better than yours and my points are better than what do? You start thinking like me. You start saying I'm right.
That reminds me to the guy. I'm not sure if it's Aristotle or to a guy who is a philosopher. We came up with Stoicism philosophy, Stoic philosophy,
Yeah, I think I saw that. No,
and then this guy apparently.
was it not called Stoicism?
Yes,
Like
it's
that?
Stoicism. Now this guy, so it's just teaching men how to be men, how to take things in life, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then now this guy, he was killed and persecuted for apparently he was trying, because in that day and age,
Sure,
Stoicism wasn't part of the culture.
Sure.
So they said he was trying to ruin or influence or the minds of young children. So now the government, the system already has a program for children, for kids. When you come
On how
out,
kids
they
are
already
on how kids are
yes
supposed to
to grow up with a certain
Sure,
knowledge, what they're
sure.
supposed to see, what they're supposed to hear
know,
and believe
yeah,
and
sure.
know. And then when you come out and say, nah, boys and girls, all that is lies. This is the truth. This is what it is. That's what many people get killed for. Because already the system already has a program. And then you can't come to our kids and tell them this, because now we're trying to raise these kids to lead the country the next 30 years, 40 years. Now, this is where they are easily trained, easily manipulated to believe certain things that are not even the truth. You understand? So I believe that's why I was killed.
Still speaking about a way in which people are supposed